Now choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. In the past, markets were much smaller and had a small community. Seat, peel, feel, or beat. So we say it's a sense of community, right? So it's something that you feel. So in the past, markets were much smaller and had a small community feel. What are people who go to different markets to buy their needs? So are people who go to different markets to buy their needs. Who are these? Sellers, interviewers, customers, or artists. So people who go to the market to buy things or go to different markets to buy their needs, what do we call them? Are they the sellers, the one that sells you? Are they interviewers because they talk to you? Or are they customers because they buy things, or artists, they just make art? It's definitely customers. Customers are people who go to different markets to buy their needs. Famous supermarkets chains are lots of money, are doing lots of money, playing lots of money, jumping lots of money, or making lots of money. So we know the collocation. What money? Do you do money or you make money? So famous supermarket chains are making lots of money. Traditional markets have rich art, philosophy, geography, or history. What do you think? If it's something traditional, like from the past, does it have rich art or philosophy or geography or history because it comes from the past? It has a rich history since it comes from the past. My brother is the same height my father. Okay, so if I want to put two things together, I want to say they are similar. We say the same as, or than, or then, or more. So we already studied superlatives and comparatives. We know if I say than, like more than, less than, this is me comparing between things. However, if I say as, this way I'm putting two things together as similarities. So here we have, my brother is the same height as my father. Customers don't stop and talk now as they were too busy. The word busy in this sentence is a verb, a noun, an adverb, or an adjective. So here I'm saying they don't stop anymore to talk, as nowadays they are too busy. Is busy here an action? So I would say it's a verb. Or is it a name of something? So I would call it a noun. Or is it an adverb or an adjective, like a describing word? What do you think? It's an adjective because I'm describing someone that he's busy. He has a lot of work to do. So busy is an adjective. Part 2, language part. Now we're moving to the grammar part. We're going to speak about the past continuous using while and when. We use when or while to introduce an action or situation that was in progress when something else happened. For example, from the text we have just read, we see that sentence. Customers always stop to have a conversation while they were shopping. So, because here he was speaking about the past, like back then, customers used or always stopped to have a conversation, but they did this at the same time they were shopping, right? So they are buying something and having a conversation at the same time. So we use while, because two things are happening at the same time. So while to introduce an action or situation that was in progress when something else happened. Another example with when. What was happening when the supermarkets arrived in the city? So what was happening when the supermarkets arrived in the city? What happened at that time when that thing happened? You see? We use while to introduce the long action and when to introduce the interrupting action or the action that interrupts the long one. So for example, let's look here. We lost our customers while the supermarkets were making lots of money. So here, losing our customers. At the same time, the supermarkets were making lots of money. That's the long action. However, if you look at the other one, we were only selling fresh food when the tourists arrived. So just for that short period, we used to sell fresh food when the tourists first arrived. So here it's just for an interrupted action. We can put when or while at the beginning of a sentence or in the middle of a sentence. If we put when or while at the beginning of a sentence, we add a comma after the when or while clause. For example, we start here with it. So you can see that's a clause, and then we are having the comma, and then the second clause. So while they were shopping, and we put the comma to stop, to pause, customers always stop to have a conversation. So if I'm using while in the middle here, I don't need to use a comma. I can say customers always stop to have a conversation while they were shopping without a comma. But if I start with it, we put a comma after the clause. So it's not right after while, but after the clause, that phrase, like while they were shopping, that's a clause. We use while with the past continuous for two longer actions that happened at the same time. For example, people were choosing faster ways of shopping while their lives were getting busier. So here we used while in the past continuous for two longer actions that happened at the same time. For example, people were choosing faster ways of shopping, were choosing, that's the past continuous. And the other one is we're getting busier. So two long actions.
تقدر تتابع كل دروسك على تطبيق مدرستنا بلس. مدرستنا، المستقبل يبدأ الآن.